Hello and welcome along. This is Jeff. This is the watercolour, a monotone watercolour, just using black. I'm using an ivory black and just a normal black as well. So that is it, just a bushland scene with a river there going through the middle, some steep banks there and some trees, perhaps some gum trees here in Australia. So just wetting the paper using 300 GSM watercolour paper. There's a slight texture on the paper there. I'm using Archer's paper for this one. Oh no, I'm not. I'm using Fabriano paper. You can see that's the ivory black. I'm just going to bring it back a little bit using, I'll let it run a bit and just water it down a little bit more. It's mainly water going on there, not extra colour, but I'm just trying to get rid of some of those deeper areas of black. Perhaps I should have put it on a little bit lighter, maybe. Although watercolour does, remember, dry lighter compared to when you first put it on. Always handy to have some paper towel around. All right, so I'm just creating some trees in the background. Those trees will fade right back. I'm also going to get some paper toweling and just bring the trees back a bit in places as well. So it's interesting working just with the one colour, really. Later on I'll use a little bit of white gouache. Some people find it harder to do that. Some people find it easier just to work with a monotone or just one colour. You could also do this in a sepia if you wanted to. I'm just going to bring the foreground, the steep riverbank going down toward the river, using more of a jet black there. Just want to leave some areas of white in there. And down about there I'm going to put some grass just in the right hand corner there, bottom right hand corner. I'll be putting some grasses. A little bit of reflection or shadowing on the water there. Obviously I have increased the speed of this video. drag some of the paint off there by wetting the brush, drying the brush, and then with the damp brush just wiping it along and lift the paint. That's where we're going to put the grass, down the right hand corner. You can see those trees I painted in the background down below, how they're faded back. That's what I want. I didn't really want them to stand out because I've got trees in the foreground I'm yet to put in. So there's some of the grasses there. Using a rigger brush to get these grasses in there. I'm using the rigger brush as well to get the tree trunks of these gum trees in. It's a bit, probably a little bit dark, so I'll just bring that back a tiny bit. Just going to drag that reflection down a little bit. I'll do that right now. So we're just going to bring the bank, the river bank, it's very steep, just down, just by putting some colour there. A bit more water on the brush. Picks up some of those grasses there. Alright, so we'll work on that, we'll keep working on that, but right now we'll look at the foliage on those trees. Using the ivory black there. All right, let's have a look now at that riverbank, and we'll put some shadow from some of those trees. Just bring that back a bit there, a little bit more. That'll fade back a bit anyway. just going to fix up the tree trunk on one of those trees on the left-hand side there. We'll do that in a minute. Just going to put a bit more tone in here. Here we go with that tree trunk. There we go. Just to let it. It's more in the foreground there, that tree. Just bring back that bleeding. There we go. And we'll just put a bit more foliage on those trees in a sec. Just keep experimenting until you find you got something roughly to what you want. But, you know, there is a point where, you know, you can't overdo it. Okay, so I'll be putting a little bit of white gouache in on that riverbank as well. So yeah, so just darkening up those the foliage there on those trees, just in the foreground mainly. That'll almost do. That'll fade back a bit more as well. But at least it's a bit darker than the background, which is what I wanted. Some little tree trunks there in the background. Put my name in there. So I've just decided I might put some white gouache on the left-hand side and maybe a little bit on the right-hand side as well, just a little bit more texture there. I'm using a rigger brush for that. And on this side as well. And actually on that side that I'm putting the gouache on now, on the left hand side, I'll actually put a little bit of darker paint on there, a little bit more black paint, but you'll see that on the final reveal. Okay, there's a bit more black paint on there. We're nearly finished. Just take off the remaining tape and you'll see on the final reveal on the left hand side how I've darkened up in some places there, as you can see. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe and click the bell icon. I'll be doing another one fairly soon, so stay tuned for that one. Perhaps a boat in the water with some reflections. So look forward to that. Look forward to your company once again when we catch up and try our watercolours together. Have fun doing them. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.